So what time do you think we should be leaving?
Nuke it with the gas.
Hmm?
We're just going to have to nuke it with the gas.
Yeah.
Get that fire going.
But what time do you think we should be leaving tomorrow? Have you got any...
I'm pretty amped for this, and I think I would like to go early.
Yeah.
The earlier the better, actually.
Okay.
Also to get there in case we get to Baviaanskloof and there's no ice.
Mm-hmm.
We might need to make a couple of contingencies. Heading out, or I mean, what are the contingencies from Baviaanskloof to where we're going? Toilet stop, but that means riding Rooiberg there and back.
Well, it's always good to have time in the pocket to get away early.
I think so.
And you know, we also don't want to get too early to where we're going to be camping.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. It's going to be.
Well, the beauty of that.
Quite hot. It's going to be quite hot, and we don't want to. 3
Sit
o'clock in
next
the
to the
afternoon.
bike sweating in the sun.
Exactly.
I think in a case like that, at least we got the beauty of the roads ahead of us.
Yeah.
If we get there too early, hey, let's take an hour detour. You know, let's head up that mountain, go check the top of Rooiberg, and then come down. There's options.
So getting away early is key. So what time? About 7ish? Earlier?
Yeah.
6, 7?
I'm amped to go. I'm amped to go.
Sure.
I'm going to be awake early. I'm well rested the last couple of days. Haven't had any big late nights or anything. So, and I mean tonight we brine early. I mean, what's the time now? I don't know, but the sun's still up. We'll probably have a reasonable night. I'll be up early.
We both get up early.
7, yeah.
We both get up early, so let's just see. Then if we are
when we're up,
when we're ready, we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, 7
and
o'clock.
maybe not keep it to a time. I just need to fill up a bit. So we just need to go and refuel. So from here, Robertson, we're going. What's our route roughly? I haven't studied it as much as I should have.
The refuel point, that's a critical one, is Baviaanskloof.
Yeah.
So we need to get to Baviaanskloof to fill up and full fuel bladders, because from there we got 350 k's until our next refuel point.
Yeah.
And whatever route we take to get there, it really doesn't matter. You know, I kind of had the regular haunts, Bonneville direction, Drew, the Lucky-Long dirt road, that dirt highway through all the wheat farms, over the little bridge. That's always a nice one. Remember last time I was, I got off, I went over the bridge with camera on, and there was a whole lot of local population that were crossing the bridge on foot. And I went between them, and then I stopped on the other side, and I wanted to film you.
Yeah.
And I walked back to the bridge with the camera on, and all the local population's coming towards me, and I'm waving in, and then you cut through everybody.
Yeah, I remember that. I kind of stuffed up that shot because I stopped right next to you instead of going through. And doing a wild maneuver for the
classic,
camera.
Good footage.
Okay, yeah, so that's Baviaanskloof, and then from
Baviaanskloof is off to Seabrook, which is tar road.
Yeah.
Like we done, except we don't go up to Trudeau. We just keep going straight towards Heidelberg.
Yeah.
But shortly thereafter, 10-20 k's, there's a nice dirt road that takes us up to the mountains. And then we hug it. We done it a year or two ago. I made one of my early TikToks with it. Sean doing the water crossing. And you hug the mountains, all those dairy farms.
Yeah.
Those valleys, ups and downs.
Oh, yes, I remember that, leading on to Gijsmans.
Yes.
Yeah, that before Herbertsdale.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, those dairy
farms, grass hills,
yes, that
green valleys, mountains, rivers.
Just looking forward to doing that again.
That's going to be a nice.
And I wonder what Gijsmans is going to look like now, I mean, we were there 2 years ago.
Sure. Was it 2 years ago?
2 years,
Yeah.
yeah. The whole place burnt down and the new foliage started coming through. That looked beautiful, very, very lekker. So it's going to be interesting to see how that has recovered. Yeah, very, very cool.
I think so.
So Gijsmans Pass, over Gijsmans Pass, then into the Little Karoo.
Another thing about Gijsmans while we're going through there, I've noted there is one building, sort of if you go through the valley and where you turn up to exit towards the Karoo where we had that stop off in the picture moment, in that sort of area there's a little road that goes off to a building, whether that's a house or somebody lives there, I don't know. But we must have a look at do recce for camping spots, future camping spots.
Yeah.
So we get a lekker spot. I've just hit a waypoint on the Garmin, so I can plug this in. There's lots of wood, there's a river, it's protected, nice view. I always see the view because if you go over into the Karoo and you drop down to Brandrivier, that was very high up, looking over, and it looks north. So you've got the sunset on your left-hand side, and just this, we must check it out. There must be, because it wasn't a very quick drop into the Karoo. It was a very gradual.
What a gradual,
decline
there should
down
be some
into
interesting spots there.
Yeah, there must be. Don't think there's water or rivers. It's high up.
And then from Brandrivier,
that we followed. Do you remember the name Meiskraal?
Yes.
Meiskraal.
Yeah.
Now, Meiskraal is on the road between Ladysmith to Van Wyksdorp, going onto the dirt road, and if you continue south on the dirt road, you head towards the Langeberg range with, I think it's Riversdale on the other side. Now, Meiskraal is one of those intersections just before the Langeberg. So you're going to come down Brandrivier, you're going to hit the road between Van Wyksdorp and Riversdale, the mountains, and we're going to go tad south to Meiskraal, that's the waypoint.
Yes.
And then we head off east again.
Yeah.
And we're going to
follow the mountains.
That road would, if you follow it, would run parallel to the Langeberg.
Yeah.
And then it goes through the mountains to Herbertsdale. I've done that solo ride. That's when I had that back wheel problem.
Yeah. Okay.
One of my George trips a year ago, so I just remember there was a bit of a back wheel issue. I got to Herbertsdale, stopped for a Coke, and somebody noted my back wheel was flat. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. Had a bit of an emergency pump, took it down to the Total and then 2, and then into Mossel Bay to try and get it sorted, but I got it sorted quickly. But anyway, so we're on that road on the northern side of the Langeberg. And then at some point there's a new stretch of road that I haven't done yet, and it's going to loop around. There's a short way to Van Wyksdorp, and there's a long way to Vyksdorp. Now I've got the long way plotted.
Oh, okay, cool.
We can see if we get away early, we do the long way. If we press for time, there's a shortcut. But it would be nicer to do the long way. It's I think going to be a lot more scenic. Remember where we done the Facebook Live?
Yeah.
It's gonna. I picture in my mind it's going to be that kind of terrain.
Okay.
Tweespoor, rough, semi-arid Karoo.
Lekker.
Nice.
Very cool.
Not too technical. I don't know. We'll have to wait to see. Get there. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's got a little spot as you come into Van Wyksdorp where it's got a river. If I remember the river at Van Wyksdorp, it's a substantial river. We came down there one year, and I remember I had to wait for you, or you had to wait for me, and I waited at a bridge, and the river was way down there. I remember a big river. Don't know if it's a Gouritz river or what, but that's a river we're going to have to cross, but it's on another road. So I'm assuming it's some sort of a low water bridge. So it's going to be an interesting river crossing, but I don't think we'll get wet. I'm sure there's a bridge there. It's a proper road going through. And then we've got to hope that those oaks are open on a Sunday evening for ice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We don't want to do the room temperature whiskey again like last time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was difficult drinking. That was a nice whiskey.
Well, you've sorted out the ice temperature. You've sorted out the ice issue from a portage perspective. So let's just hope that the people are going to be we'll have people. But you contact the...
We can throw in a bag of ice at Boffeljaars.
Yeah.
Leave it in the cooler for the day. Fuck. If it makes it, it makes it. If it doesn't, there's a couple blockies.
But it's going to be a long day, but...
It's going to be a long day.
Yeah. Yeah, well, just in case.
Just in case.
Put
Rather have a couple of half blockies than nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But obviously, first prize would be Van Baviaanskloof. Van Baviaanskloof being open, we throw out the old shit, all the water, and we just...
Yeah. Okay.
And we top up.
And then from Van Baviaanskloof,
Van Baviaanskloof,
how long is the ride going to be to our camping spot? Can you remember?
We take the Rooiberg Pass road, but we don't go all the way up Rooiberg Pass. So it's on this side. You got Rooiberg Lodge, Jock. Did you stay with us there at Rooiberg Lodge?
I don't think so. No.
But there's a big pool.
Yeah, no, that wasn't me.
Area.
Yeah.
I think it was probably full. It might have been the one where you had the issue on Project Pass and had to turn around.
Yeah.
And so you go, as you go past Rooiberg Lodge, turning, the road forks. It's the Rooiberg Pass and it's the Tweespoor. And it's an old, off the beaten path, Ossewa, but people haven't ridden that road in 100 years. I got paranoid when I rode down that road with Jock and full. I thought, we like brought the guys down the wrong road. Yeah, we're gonna have to turn around at some point because this road.
I remember you also talking about that. Yeah.
That I was really getting worried there because I just thought this road is gonna go nowhere, and we had already gone so far. It's almost like beyond the point of turning around. You might as well just keep going.
Yeah.
But we made it. We made it all the way through this lekker little gorge, river gorge, and that's the Gourits River.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's a Gourits River that travels all the way east to or west to that Van Baviaanskloof area, or if it's a different river. But that's definitely the Gourits. It's the upper reaches of the Gourits. And it's a nice open. There's nothing. There's no people. There's no houses, no farms, no nothing. It's just this Tweespoor. And I remember this one part we came to this gorge and you drop down a couple swingbacks into this gorge and you've got the Gourits River running down there. And there's a little crossing. I don't recall what the crossing looked like, probably a low water bridge or something. And in that vicinity we've got about a 2 kilometer stretch where the road and the river run next to each other. To find a camp spot, everyone to camp by the water.
Yeah, okay.
After that, the road continues east and the river heads south. So, we're going to have to check it out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be very lekker. Well, finding wood. The other thing is, we're not packing tents. So it's going to be interesting again. And it's going to be interesting to test out this whole concept of having a protection against the wind type tarp onto the bikes. So I don't know if you've done anything like that, or you're just gonna go bare. Just gooi out the mattress with a sleeping bag.
Top, mattress, sleeping bag, under the stars.
Yeah.
Like we done in the river.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I think that's the way. I'm rather confident about tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I think in the Kleinkaroo, it
should
be
fine.
warm, it should be dry. I don't have an issue with the rain or anything like that. I think the camping, the second night will obviously be Makadar Caves, and the third night on the other end of the Baviaanskloof will be at the camping spot.
Well, look, if something happens from a rain perspective, I've got that 2x3 ground cover thing that we can actually put in between the bikes and create a bit of a bivvy.
Or what
worst
we
case scenario.
could even put one tarp at the bottom and use the other 2 tarps as a.
We can do that also, but remember I've got 2 tarps. So I've got the one, so you can use yours under your mattress. I can use the one under my mattress, and I've got another top that we can actually use for, and that's a 2x3 meters. We can actually do a 3 meter between the bikes.
Spread,
Yeah.
Okay. I think
Option.
That's
Yeah.
option in case things go south.
Yeah.
Although they're not predicted to go south, but you
No,
never
sure.
know.
We
But
never
you
know. Yeah.
Yeah, that Eastern Cape weather.
Okay, so that's day one. And how many k's is that?
it's about 280 k's.
But from Baviaanskloof, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But from Baviaanskloof, it's fueling to fueling.
Fuel to
Baviaanskloof.
fuel, yeah.
So we're gonna bed down in the riverbed and then continue on. So that the refuel after that Baviaanskloof is gonna be 350 k's.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need
That's
fuel in
gonna
the
be a
bladder.
push.
Yeah, fuel in the bladder at Baviaanskloof. Just in
Baviaanskloof is the last kind of fuel station that we're going to hit before we head into no man's land.
yeah,
And the next fuel station, 350 k's down the road.
yeah,
So
that's cool.
fill up. It's only 89 k's to Baviaanskloof, but
Yeah, no, sure.
definitely fill up
Yeah, no.
and fill the fuel
Refill,
bladder.
refuel
So we're
bladders.
ready for that
Yeah,
next stretch.
Very cool. Okay.
Then we hit Geismans, we hit Van Wyksdorp, we hit the Roughing It camp spot. And then Roughing It.
Roughing It. I remember when you sent me the map with Roughing It on it. I can still Googled Roughing It. I thought, where's this camp? Yeah, it dawned on me 10 minutes later after I couldn't find anything on Google that Roughing It was really roughing it. Very cool.
Very much.
Okay, so everything is set up. We start tomorrow when we're ready, and that's probably going to be early. Both of us get up quite early in the morning, so and then get cracking.
And give us time to do our
Do
thing
some
and-
extra food, so that we can actually take some meat with us for tomorrow, for patkos. And that's it. Bikes are ready, equipment's packed.
I'm ready.
Everything is cool, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. But it's going to be a
Okay,
lekker
this
one
is-
again.
This is going to be an
Yeah, yeah,
excursion
yeah.
of note.
5 days. So day one of the 5 days. Yeah, looking
There we
forward
go.
to it. Very lekker. We've been planning this talking about this for a long time, huh? It's going to
Here we're on the cusp. We're on the cusp.
Indeed. Well,
Yeah.
cheers, but
Cheers. Good riding.
good riding, my man. Good and safe riding.